Hey everybody, I just wanted to give a small update on my tools. So I have this is the M&P from before. I have it stripped. Not that long ago, I bought the, if you can guess, the Dagger by Palmetto State Armory, and I got these on a deal. They came out to $62.99. I think that was not including shipping. Shipping was it was like $14, $14.99 for shipping to my nearest FFL. When I got them, I was happy. They felt good. I wanted to try something, if you remember from the previous video, that had a slightly longer, I could have lived with the shorter grip, but it was that longer part that I was having my second doubts about, wishing I had bought I believe it's the Performance Center that comes out just a little bit further, or the ported, or the one that has a ported barrel. I can't remember at the moment. I'm sure somebody will correct me. And so I figured for the low price of almost free, I was going to give the Dagger a chance. I bought these on a bundle. Again, I think it was like $129 was for two mix and match. The shorter one versus the S frame. I don't know what this one's called. And again, the price was too good to pass up. I still somehow paid, I think I overpaid at my FFL, $20 per frame. I don't know if they could have bundled that up for me, maybe because I'm not there often. But again, about $129 for both of them. I did pay shipping, $14. But yeah, or was shipping? No, shipping was free. It was the taxes I paid. I don't know. I can't remember at this point. It was good enough of a deal that I thought I'd be able to, sacrifice $100 for two frames. On the Dagger, I did wind up putting this. I think it's like GG Wells. It's a Magwell. I can put that in later on in the comments, because my fingers, I have these chubby meat paws. They're not huge, but they're enough to, when I grip around here, two things are happening that were happening on my shield. I love the shield still, so which is why I bought the extensions originally, so I can get a better grip on it. I did wind up dremeling this down ever so carefully, so I wouldn't have to get that beautiful knuckle bump every time I'd go around to get it. So sorry, but so I beveled it off. I'm sure if you can see it, beveled it off just so that I'd be able to get up there high. But my hand was still coming down low with the 7. So when I got the 8-in-1, I kept getting the +2s because it was easier to grip. But when I carried conceal, it's usually flush. So I went up. So when I made the purchase for this, I went ahead and bought it after lots of reviews going back and forth, and then the Anderson Kiger came out, and I was conflicted, but for the price, I figured I couldn't go wrong. When I grab it, when I hold it, it felt better than my Glock 17 I have, but my hand was still slipping down, and so I figured, the $25 Magwell plus like $6, $8 shipping wasn't too bad. Figured that would help me keep that high purchase, and it does. The only bad part with that is it starts to ride up on the knuckle. This thing is thick right here. It's even thicker than that one, with me having dremeled it off. So it's kind of pretty Glock-like. And so when I go in there, it really bothers it. It really gets that part right there. I don't know if anybody else experiences that. Look, it's already turning red. Just from getting into that high, strong, hard purchase of it. And I was really glad I did get the combo, because on the S frame, which is their full frame, their 17 frame, it's almost, because there's this just a little bit of room, and it's not even much, it's maybe about a half an inch more. It's enough to still get a really good grip purchase. As you can see, there's the fatty parts sticking out. Everybody loves to see the fatty. But it's not nearly as high. It doesn't hurt. It's way more comfortable in the 17 frame, which is why I remember when I bought my Glock 17, that's why I went with it, and didn't go with the 19. But I know this is the 19 clone frame, and this is the 17 clone frame. And you wouldn't think that when I put them side by side, it would make too big of a difference, but it does. And I'll move my hand, square it up, and as you can see, mind you, it does have this little bit, but this just kind of flares out, maybe adds an extra quarter of an inch more, but it just, because it flares out. But that little bit of difference, this extra half an inch, maybe a little more than half an inch from here to here, makes this S frame feels so much better and comfortable in the hands to shoot. The texturing, the grip, the lightness, the thinness. I know that my Glock 17 is pretty brick-like, feels pretty, it feels sturdy, but my Glock 17, but it's harder to get a better grip on it. With this allows such a better grip and ergonomics into the meat palm right there. So there's that. I don't want to keep this video too long. It's been at 7 minutes. Just wanted to share that with you. Something to consider if you're going for if your hands are, I'm about almost 6'2", 240. So when I hold it, I was concerned about that. This feels really nice. The ergonomics on the shield on all M&Ps feel fantastic. Again, dremeled that off a little bit with the full-size frame, and for the 19 compact dagger, I'm gonna Dremel this off. I don't know, maybe if this is the part right there specifically that's causing the issue right here, but I'm going to wind up cutting probably about an eighth of an inch off and smoothing it off. One thing that did catch me by surprise, I know everybody talks about the Glock triggers. This trigger is fat, and it's not the scissor flat. It is very much like the shield on a hinge pin, whatever. I don't know. But this one is fairly thin. It feels nice, maybe because of how slim this is compared to the dagger. It's a much fatter, wider trigger. Feels a little off at first, but it actually feels nice once you get once you feel it in there. But again, it's this trigger guard that's hurting on me. I know, I'm a big baby. And then most recently I purchased, I forgot what this was. I think this was like it was a Dr. Cut slide from Palmetto State. It looked good, looked nice. A little weird piece, plasticky piece here at the end. If you can hear that. Show it off. I don't know if the camera will catch it. This little piece right here. But otherwise pretty good. I finally sat this. I'll talk about this in a second. Now, I wanted to get something that was, I guess you could say, semi-Gucci'd out. I'd never bought suppressor height sights. It's expensive. I'm not sure if I want to spend all that much money. I don't have that much money to be spending on everything, which is why I went for the budget pair. But I sat a Truglo on this thing. I bought the slide, specifically RMR, not knowing it was, the Dr. Cut, not knowing it was the Dr. Cut and everything that goes with the face plates and everything. because it was on sale. It was $189 shipped. And I thought, wow, $189 shipped. I just have to pay the taxes on top of that straight to my house. How could I go wrong? It's got a threaded barrel, a suppressor sight, so I can mount this really cool thing that everybody's buying these days. Palmetto State as of I think it was like August 12th of this year, 2023. These are on sale. I bought this a week before from Natchez, how do you pronounce that? For $99, which I thought was a deal at the time. And then, of course, a week later, after I have it, Palmetto is selling it for $69, and I paid shipping on both. And I think Palmetto's would have been like an extra $1 or maybe $1 less on shipping, so I overpaid by like 20 some odd dollars. I think it's like $25. To me, it wasn't worth the hassle of returning it and trying to save $20. In hindsight, I just should have waited, but I'd been waiting patiently, and I thought $100 was a good deal, and $69 would have been a better deal. And it's nice and bright. I don't know if the camera will catch the red dot, but if I had to repurchase this again, I would not actually. And let's see if I can turn that off. Nope, I don't know how to. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. If I had to repurchase the whole slide all over again, I actually would not have purchased this slide. It feels like a great slide. Feels like it'd be a phenomenal slide. I haven't shot it yet. It's still pretty clean, you can see. But if I had to redo this all over again, I would not have purchased this slide. Coming from a would-be prepper's preparedness tool, there's way too much to this. When I look through here, through the height sights, I know it pairs up perfectly, obviously, with the coat witness of the red dot. However, this front sight is pretty thin. This back sight is nice and wide. So when I line them up, there's a lot of left, right to it. That's a world of difference. Not the end of the world. I guess after with training I could get better and better with it to judge where it is. But mounting it, the screws, the battery on this thing is on the bottom. All the screws, thankfully, all came with the slide for a doctor cut, along with the faceplate. And again, of all the things in preparedness that we try to keep in mind, it's simplicity. I don't know. I guess I got caught up in the flashiness and the price of it, the price point. Again, I know it's a budget red dot, but that was the whole thing. It was going budget on everything. So I have this, but the battery seats underneath. Would have been nice if maybe there was a slight rubber seal around it. I don't know if that makes it better. Really, I really don't know if it would make it better. It's seated right on there. Again, these screws came with the slide, thankfully. But there's just too many little things. I should have kept it simple. I should have gone for the other slide, which I've been looking for the last 2 months. Has not gone really on sale. This is the one for my Shield. That would have been essentially just a standard, regular Glock style, no frills, iron sight, fat front post, fat rear post. Because when I line this one up, let's see if I can get it on camera. There's not too much wiggle. It feels way better when lining up the sights. I mean, there's really not much more versus on this one. So, but I wanted to just share my humble opinion. There's a lot of play. I wish that front post would have been a little fatter. That's what she said. But I mean, again, I paid for it. Maybe I'll take it to the gun show and sell it, and just use that little bit to go ahead and repurchase the slide, because as nice as this is, and I don't think this is going to be my battle tool for anything anytime soon, Again, it's really nice, but I don't know if I should have gone for the suppressor, you know, the third co-witness doctor cut. And then I bought this thinking, okay, it's still budget, it's still nice, it's kind of fun. But I guess a bit of buyer's remorse, looking at everything now at this point. You know, the screws, if you overscrew, it's basically shot unless you're willing to remill it, from what I hear. Battery, exchanging the battery, if you leave it on, you're basically crapped out for until you can replace it. And then again, going back and forth, that really thin front sight. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to wind up selling it at my local gun show. See, as long as I can get something close. Again, haven't shot it. There's the wow factor still. Hopefully somebody will buy it from me. That's it. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. I can post or go into more detail about anything else. Yeah, thank you.